versus Reynolds. Space Station versus Optic starts now.
A lot of questions to be answered and something to be said potentially about strength of schedule. Optic taking at least early on a seriously lighter round, of course, against Sup and Koi, but then Complexity and then over on to G2. They've had a couple of tough matches in a row where a Space Station knocked down by Jinji, and they've been playing top competition all the time.
Oh, absolutely. But I still think that, you know, regardless of the schedule, we're still going to see a very even matchup. It could be one-sided in terms of possession. I expect to see Space Station Gaming coming out with a lot of aggression. But it's going to come down as well to Reynolds being able to soothe his own teammates and get some demos himself, because relieving that pressure and being physical is something that he did so much yesterday. Jeez, we were casting a lot of his matches.
Yeah.
Constantly get in the face of his opposition. So we'll see if that comes out. And I think the desk was pretty spot on. This is a coin flip of a matchup.
Certainly can be, and early on, nobody really able to grab a solid advantage. Magic Bear was having a heck of a day yesterday in the challenge game, and of course, everybody defensively for Optic really stepping up. We'll see if that continues today versus Space Station. AJ looking for a little interference from Reynolds, not quite able to get through cleanly. Whereas Space Station Gaming started off pretty well in some of their series, then had to kind of refine their groove. We'll see if they come in hot today as LJ uncontested towards the backboard. Can he squeeze it in? Needs a little help, and Arsenal one step behind it.
Ooh, already some good opportunities. I like what I'm seeing almost every time Arsenal gets behind the ball. This man has been such a pivotal part of the Space Station Gaming offense. And here he goes again, trying to create something, gets a demo on AJ. And it's all about those lingering rotations for this team in orange. What else do they do off the ball? How are they going to steal your boost, get some demos, get in your face? And yesterday, the only issue I really had with them was the timing, and there's the demo game that can come out from Optic.
Great timing from AJ there. Space Station definitely winding up for a decent chance on net at Arsenal. Can't quite get this one under the post. Magic Bear, the only one there for it. And finally, a welcome touch. Optic Gaming going to work out of the cage.
Oh, but they're waiting for it. You could tell Space Station Gaming, you know, it feels like it's only a matter of time before they start to put one in with all of this pressure. But things could change quickly if we're getting this level and this quality of transitions. AJ tried to sneak it in.
AJ doing a great job, noticing that there was definitely a little gap on that near post. If he could just beat one, maybe he can beat the back post player into the net. Not this time, as Hawks are head on a swivel as they demo each other in the midfield, and that means LJ's totally open. I wonder if Reynolds hit him or if he got hit.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they just straight ran into each other.
They're both going supersonic speed. One wants the other, and it would have benefited either team, but unfortunately for Optic Gaming, they're the team that has to deal with the transition. Space Station behind the ball, gets the open net, and a good first goal to start things off.
Maybe a second one here if Hoxer can find Arsenal off the backboard. Reynolds not going to let anything get through for free, though. And Optic, see if they can start putting some of that counterattack magic together. And there's Magic Bear on that challenge game, trying to keep that space opening up. And look at LJ, well-controlled back pass, and Arsenal knowing not to overcommit there. Things could have got real dicey if Space Station tried to force it. Instead, they opt to give a little ground, and seems to have worked out nicely. They stay on offense.
Oh, and that's lovely work from LJ. He got his boost robbed by Reynolds, and moment Hoxer also is looking for a better rotation coming out of his own half. Good passing between Optic Gaming. Trying to establish some kind of dominance in the corner. But quickly denied, and LJ keeps moving forward. I've been so impressed in the first game with his defense and ability to still get behind the ball without any boost.
Option here for Magic Bear. Where do you go? Goes for the lay down, wanted the drop pass, but AJ, he got a little bit scared, started to head back prematurely, and now Hawks are uncontested.
Oh, he faked it.
He tucked himself into the corner, and he's still going to make the save. Great vision from AJ to line up the shot from Hoxer. And LJ not quite done. Space Station still circling here.
And AJ was doing that against G2, if you remember clearly, Achieves. He was constantly getting in the way between not only the passes, but also pre-jumping and predicting the shots. Unfortunately, they're still trailing by a goal, so even if you get those blocks, you gotta put something up on the other side, because Arsenal's getting a triple tap off the backboard.
and everybody from Space Station ran away. I think maybe they needed boost or they were expecting a different clear. Regardless, not able to extend the lead. As I stand, LJ just goes to the right side. 2-0, game one, looking in safe hands.
What?
Now.
I think Arsenal and LJ just hugged each other in the midfield and still recovered. LJ air dribble, clean over the top, 2-0. They got the security. And even with that mistake and that awkward team bump, they managed to get out unscathed and get a second goal.
Either way, Optic gonna try to make something happen here. Nothing left to lose. If you get away running into your teammates in the midfield, still make something happen. Take it if you're Space Station. Awkward ball for Arsenal. Great job just stalling it in the corner, wasting all the time on the clock that he can. Only 10 seconds, likely the end here without a strong clear, and not gonna leave enough time on the clock, most likely. AJ, yeah, floated towards the wall. Good game. Optic really struggling to get out of their own half here. Massive shot differential in game one.
And, you know, it's a little bit reminiscent of the early start of Optic versus G2. I think they struggled in that first game and couldn't figure out or download the way that G2 were playing. And I expect them to bounce back pretty quickly in game number 2. But on the other side of things, Space Station Gaming, they came to play in the beginning half. Of course, that first demo play was pretty fortunate for them as they were the ones transitioning. And, I mean, I think they earned that second goal. Overall, nothing too risky, too crazy out of Space Station Gaming. It was just very clean rotations, not a lot of mistakes on the defensive side. Even whenever they had somebody like Reddles robbing your boost, they managed to stay in rotation and still get behind the ball.
Yep, pretty textbook overall, just Space Station making sure that they always had somebody ready to go out there in the midfield, not letting through any of those clears for free. It was the classic textbook. It's not like they were really trying to pass the ball a whole lot either. It was kind of just, look, we're just slowly improving the position, steadily but surely. And eventually Optic just runs out of the ability to get back to the ball. And that's what happens when you're just holding on to so much boost.
Here we go, game number 2. And for me personally, I love this matchup of Optic versus Space Station. There's so many storylines unfolding here. As AJ, wait, hold on a second. That almost was a ridiculous game 1 opener. You saw what he was going for, and maybe the miss was a little bit better because it set up a great follow-up from Magic Bear.
Man, and Hoxer was so dialed into AJ's approach there as he was coming around that backboard. He was ready to try and save that shot straight down, and as soon as AJ didn't connect with it, he was just left hanging in the net. Made it nice and easy for Magic Bear to work with. Great start for Optic.
And that's the benefit of having AJ, right? The threat, Magic Bear. Okay, give this man 2 goals. And this is off the kickoff. Let's see what happened here. LJ was hunting for a better 50-50. He panicked. I mean, I think AJ was forcing that challenge. Didn't go for it, and it just dished down to the middle.
Yeah, LJ really was just trying to force the ball, you know, out across the pitch, hoping to get some type of support. And Magic Bear was pretty deep back. And so he kind of just went and cut down the angle, got out in front. Positioned well, and good things happen when you're in the right place. But talking about AJ, you were saying, you know, that it's a benefit of having a player like that because there's an old chess saying the threat is often more dangerous than the execution.
Oh,
and this
but what about
time
that
he's just
execution?
upfield and execute away. 3-0 Optic.
I mean, the threat is nice, but whenever he's able to hit these shots and be so consistent, it's a wide open one. A better, or more credit, excuse me, to the pass. But still, where's the defense going for SSG?
Clearly off grabbing boost somewhere. no shot that they just leave that one uncontested. I mean, again, it was fairly quick after kickoff. You do get kind of this awkward spread of the field in those scenarios.
We aren't even in a minute in, Achieves. What happened?
An absolute meltdown at the start. I mean, you have another opportunity here because look at the space for AJ. And that's what Arsenal was saying in the interview as well, if you remember. Playing against a guy like AJ, it's scary. If you give him the space, he will clip on you, and he's certainly trying to.
And now he's got his teammates. If he's not going to hit the shot, they've managed to support him so well as that second and third man, where if he's missing the touch or not getting a proper, accurate shot, they can at least bail him out and come through with a better follow-up. And it's just such a well-rounded offense when AJ's leading the charge. Here he is again, looking to dish it out to Reddles. The possession all connecting for Optic Gaming, and they've revive themselves in game 2.
Can Space Station stop the bleeding, get some type of offense started? 3 generally tends to be an incredibly safe lead, and it could be, but Arsenal's just too slow to it. You really kind of wonder what Optic's approach to game 2 will be here. I mean, you get this massive lead early on like this. I mean, obviously, you know you don't have to press to score more. So how passive are you kind of keeping that midfield line? Do you really want to try and shove it here? Because now, look, you've allowed this one-on-one transition, and it's an awkward play, and Reddles does make it, but that type of aggression out of the midfield is something that you kind of start to wonder, is that the right way to go if you're Optic?
It's a fine line for the green wall at this situation. I mean, obviously, they're up 3-0. You'd think it'd be a comfortable win and almost a guaranteed one, but you still have to be aggressive, still have to be decisive, and I think the only thing you dial back on is just the risk factor moving forward. You don't need to extend too far up the field. You can just wait out some mistakes, and mistakes will come your way because Space Station Gaming in game 2 a little bit dismantled.
Reddles really just getting up there, and Arsenal trying to force something, and that's kind of what happens when you're the team that's down by 3 with so much time on the clock. You realize you need to start making things happen a little bit earlier than you'd like, and that's just Arsenal trying to stretch a play, see if he can make a big key block, get a strong counterattack, and you make this game playable, you know, because if they get through there, I mean, Reddles is going to be out of position, AJ's going to be out of position, you got a 2-on-1 with 2 minutes on the clock, and you're likely only down 2. The game feels a lot more winnable at that point, but you see how much of a double-edged sword it is. It's now Optic kind of just rotating through and just dumping the ball to space and wasting time.
Yeah, I think Optic are playing this perfectly. They got the first 2-3 goals and have been chilling in the midfield, extending their defense a little bit farther back. And like I mentioned, the risk factor. They're not going up for some crazy challenges. You're just letting AJ do what AJ does best. This man, you just can't stop him when he's given space.
Oh, if you were on his camera, you knew he was just going to have this free look at the backboard read, and Hoxer knew it too. Try his best to get up there, but AJ, with authority, 5-0. Goodbye, game 2. The exact inverse, pretty much. A different scoreline, but Optic would not be denied here in this game. Huge shot differential again. This one's 8-1 in favor of Optic. Whereas last game, hugely in favor of Space Station.
If you're on Optic Gaming right now, you're just thinking, you know, your lucky stars that you have AJ on your team, and he's able to do this amount of damage by himself. Speaking of damage, I think Reddles wanted to inflict some damage physically on the other team there. Still hunting for some demos. Arsenal up early just to stop some type of bleeding, but they can't do it. There's a reason why AJ had 1.67 goals per game against G2. This man just does not stop. He is a force to be reckoned with on the offense.
Gets in the right spot, that's for sure, and he's not done working yet. Really want to make a poster out of game 2, potentially, if you're AJ, but what can you say if you're Optic? I mean, obviously you can't really count on starting off. Nice pass off the ceiling. Great idea. Arsenal, great recognition as well to make that stop. But you certainly can't count, you know, on a 3-0 goal lead inside of or just over a minute, right around that timeline going into the next game. So I have to imagine that now both teams have got their you absolutely smacked the other team in the mouth out of the way. I mean, game 3 is going to be a little different.
We get series that are just so back and forth where we don't even have close games, and this could be one of them, but I would like to see game 3 be a more evenly fought battle. And man, I'm impressed with Optic Gaming right now. I don't think they can expect, like you said, to have a start like this every single game, but they got the lead, they got those first 3 goals, and were able to hold stern on the backboard and not let anything slip through. There were no mistakes coming out of that defense.
Yeah, that was pretty locked tight. And I want to see the Mobile 1 high performance replay on this one, just because I need to go back through and kind of see all those goals one more time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you get 5-0, it happens so early, and here we do get to see it. Mobile 1 replay. Okay, there's a nice challenge. Okay, what are you gonna do? LJ was trying to force it. And then of course AJ with a strong flip reset, but that's a nice save. But we don't even see all the goals. They just scored so many so quickly.
I think we'd be here for quite a while if we're watching every single goal go in. And that was just an AJ highlight reel. That's literally what it felt like. I didn't see too much else from the Optic team getting involved. And that's great because they don't need to push forward if AJ's behind the ball and has boost. So it comes down to Space Station Gaming and their ability to deny AJ moving into game 3.
Certainly not a bad place to start. That's for sure. Because you know what happened in game 1? Nobody really able to get anything going on. But in game 2, AJ found the space, was able to get those mechanics working for him. You know that was definitely a losing formula.
And this first minute has got to be so important to the mental out of Space Station Gaming. The last one was just such a wash that you want to start out on the right foot, and on the right foot they certainly have been, at least in the first 15 seconds, staying in the offensive half and taking some boost. But Reddles getting in front of it and sets up AJ. He continues to go, very ambitious indeed, and good speed to start things out.
Yeah, I mean, Reynolds just kind of threw that one off the sidewall, hoping someone would get there. There was certainly no guarantee that AJ was going to win that race. But Optic looking to keep as much pressure as possible. Really nice throw around from LJ, but Space Station not waiting on the opposite end. Nasty little pinch. It actually might work out. Just kidding. There's Reynolds to throw away all of those Space Station players out in the midfield. Awkward ball to handle now out of the corner, but everyone from Optic just leaving and saying, yeah, you can clear this ball for free, I suppose.
Ooh, Arsenal. I like the idea with that solo play. Good control out of Space Station Gaming, and AJ's getting more and more aggressive. And we'll see, you know, if AJ doesn't step up with those solo plays, we might get Reddles coming through with more demos. This man had 34 demos in total against G2 Hawkster, looking for a solo play. And there's the demo for Reddles on Arsenal to at least open up some space for his team to get out.
Oh, beautiful dish and great vision from Optic. That scoop out of the corner, so solid from LJ. Not enough to get the job this go around, but you keep making passes like that, good things are bound to happen. Double commit from Space Station in the corner, but Optic go right back into the teeth. AJ trying to slide one across the floor. Arsenal takes it away from Magic Bear. Solid clear downfield as well. Hard shot, top left off the bar. So close, but not enough. And they get caught in the midfield. Reddles is saying someone go hit him out of the way and just can't make contact. Optic also don't score on the counterattack.
Oh, man. I'm loving this. We're getting counterattack after counterattack. Not one team can hold possession for too long. It all comes down to the midfield space. Who will have better positioning to intercept the passes coming out? And that's 2 players committed, which means AJ has more space. 1v1, Arsenal alone. Magic Bear trying to get the bump. A 2v1 situation, and Optic Gaming come out on top.
Man, did you see that smooth recovery from AJ? Tipped that ball straight up, instantly boosted back to the floor to get himself back in command of where that ball was headed. And he was able to slow down that dribble enough and let his teammate get out in front and really freeze the defender. Great control there from AJ. Wonderful play, and Space Station trying to equalize in short order if they can get one, but that's the wrong way for Arsenal. Hawkster will come up with it, but you've given it to the guy who's absolutely beat you every time so far. AJ finally losing control on one play.
Oh, wow. That's amazing from Magic Bear. He has to get a touch, but hold on a second. Arsenal's up early. 2 goalkeepers in the net, and I mean, it was a fast shot, but you think they've got the response time to get up to it.
And he's taking his best bet. AJ has 12. Reddles has 36, and unfortunately, neither of them can get there. I think Reddles was going to let AJ go first because his clear was going to be better, right? He's going to go across the net out to the corner, whereas Reddles, if he hits it, it's just going to be this kind of soft punt out into the midfield, and that was just going to be too dangerous. And unfortunately, they let the wrong guy go for it.
It's still surprising to not see at least one of them free jump on that shot. And Magic Bear, oh my goodness, how did he stuff the defense and get this one in?
He's got 89 boost here at the midfield, so he just goes straight to the sky and says, come take the ball off me. And Arsenal, yeah, that's what happens trying to make that challenge when you're facing the wrong way. There's no guarantee you can get it to a safe spot. And Magic Bear just stuffed him.
I went to Magic Bear's cam on that shot. He had so much boost he could have kept going forward with, but actually slowed down his approach to make sure he gets the dunk, and more pressure applied out of Space Station Gaming. They responded quickly to the first goal of Optic Gaming, and they're looking to do so again.
A lot of space again for AJ. And actually, he's able to come up and kind of poke that ball out into a little bit of open field. Arsenal trying to regain command. Physical play.
Can't give him space.
They didn't. LJ definitely got the hand up early. Nice couple of demos from Optic. Just throw it middle and not going to get there. LJ able to dodge the demo and make the clear. Reddles is not done yet, though, and he's able to unfortunately not come away with a demo, but another skip out into the middle. This one not going to get pinched into the net. Magic Bear's going to need a little help if they want to score, but starting to feel like Optic might be running out of gas here, and they will recollect at the midfield, and there's a long clear.
That's a bit of a panic touch, though, out of Arsenal, and you give a counterattack ability right into the hands of Optic Gaming. We got to mention those saves from LJ. Arsenal looking for another shot. He's strong behind it this time. It bounces off a goalkeeper, but still falls in.
Magic Bear really trying to force a challenge. I think Reddles was thinking Magic Bear was actually going to get a piece of that ball, or at least more of one than it looked like. Unfortunately, it just went through Magic Bear cleanly. Generally, his challenge game has been so strong, you can't really fault Reddles for thinking something else was going to happen, but he got caught a little too far forward and couldn't keep Arsenal out. And Space Station find an equalizer just under a minute. Magic Bear skins one on the floor, and they get another one through.
And Hoxer's getting harassed in the net. He's the third man. He's waiting there. Reddles is bumping him out of the way, and Magic Bear, the awareness, the vision, knows that all he's got to do is put that on target and it's going in.
We're going to have to come up with some type of nicknames for Reddles, headsman, I don't know.
It's insane. It's insane.
The guy is an absolute menace. He's got such great timing on those demos. That's the hardest thing.
That's the thing. You don't see Reddles just go for bumps every single game. This man will swap it up. Doesn't get predictable with his aggression. He can kind of bait you in. He makes you think that you're comfortable, and then within the last minute, he might get more aggressive.
Oh, nice stall from AJ, and LJ also slightly late to that challenge. Hoxer not the best touch, but it does go to space. Unfortunately, it's Magic Bear there to collect. Reddles gives a little ground for AJ to come through, and that's floating dangerously towards the net. Space Station, you need something here in the last couple of seconds. Nice dish down the steam hard to the back post, and two people there for Optic. Hoxer's not going to let the play die just yet. Magic Bear is totally uncontested through the midfield, and look at him waste all this time off the wall for AJ. Wants the back post, and it's a little short. Hoxer needs to do it in the air. Magic Bear actually helps him out a little bit. LJ gets bumped off the play, and Optic going to take game 3.
I think a big highlight in the last 30 seconds was Magic Bear on that air dribble. You mentioned it yourself. You saw him wasting so much time. That was valuable for Space Station Gaming off the clock. Optic Gaming building some momentum early on. Reddles with 4 demos. His teammates 0 demos to their names. I do know that Magic Bear was getting more aggressive like this on the solo play. And my goodness, they were just a powerhouse on offense. There's so many different outlets, so many different options for Optic Gaming to use and utilize on the offensive side. You don't even know what's going to happen if you're Space Station Gaming. Are you going to get bumped? Are you going to have to go up for a solo play against AJ? Maybe Magic Bear's the one taking you out while other two are rotating in your own half. It's so many different lanes you've got to pay attention to if you're Space Station.
It's a lot to handle, and you kind of wonder, the Optic said it's a totally new Optic, and you're getting to see it.
It feels like that. Yep.
Bear a lot of fruit so far in this tournament. Great start to the spring split, but the job's only half done. Still got to go out there. You have to consistently find ways to keep Hoxer, LJ, and Arsenal off the ball and moving it at their own whim. That is something, to be fair, you got to give a lot of credit for Optic. This ball spends a lot of time over on this orange half. It's not necessarily shootable, but they do a good job of just preventing some of those stronger counterattacks where Space Station can kind of identify those passing lanes.
I think it really does come down to defending those counterattacks out of Optic Gaming. And just reading the play of what Optic want to go for, whether or not they're trying to get that demo play involved, push AJ forward for the solo play. And unfortunately, you have to make quick decisions if you're Space Station Gaming, because it's always going to be different when Optic are moving forward. But they can certainly bounce back, and they give LJ the ball. You never know what can happen. That man could definitely take things into his own hands.
Arsenal threw a couple players cleanly. Hoxer trying to keep things going. Floater into the midfield, and LJ just trying to contain the ball there to prevent a dangerous approach back the other way. It was Optic who came away with that boost at the midfield line, so perhaps a small advantage for now, but unfortunately, some awkward approaches to some challenges, and LJ, a lot of help needed. Actually, almost a really clever little tip back, but not quite going where he needed it to.
Yeah. And he looks a little jumpy, too, on the defense. And more demos. Here comes the physical plays. And it's not Magic Bear or Reddles, it's AJ.
You'd think it would be Reddles right there. He's in position. But, AJ and Reddles both right there, but they only know only one of them is needed. And they picked the right person. That's that. You think about how aggressive that is, right? You have 2 people forward and says, yeah, Magic Bear's going to go win that challenge, but he's going to score off the kickoff as well. Look at him cut this one down to size.
This is just absolutely disgusting. Using the ceiling, drops down on one of the most ridiculous angles. Magic Bear. Hello, welcome to the series. What a play.
Oh my goodness. You know, I've seen a lot of Magic Bear over the years, right?
Yeah.
You never think that one's that. You never think that one's in the back pocket.
Oh man, I feel disgusting after that. That was a ridiculous way to get the second goal. And this is the power of Optic Gaming. I mean, if you take away the nameplates, Achieves, I'm assuming that the player who got the demo is Reddles, and the man who got the solo play is AJ.
That one in, yeah.
And all 3 of them can show up and change their play style with the snap of their fingers.
Very capable roster so far, but they may have just let one leak through in the midfield. Arsenal, that's a decent pass, but not close enough to his teammate. Hoxer again, just trying to contain the ball in the midfield. Keep it in play. Arsenal trying to get physical now as well. Unfortunately, that means Magic Bear uncontested out of his own half as he's through 2 defenders. Goes and steals the corner boost. Looking for demos in the goal line, but nothing to be found. Optic going to have to retreat.
Here we go. This is the start for Space Station Gaming, but Hoxer accidentally bumped out Arsenal. Communication, the spacing between the players on the orange side has not been flawless. Starting to panic, and now there's so much space in the midfield that only a quick passing connection is needed to put a shot on target. Magic Bear, nice turnaround in the midfield, and they just got to waste time as we approach the final 2.
Doing the right thing, just missing that bump on LJ. Chance for Hoxer, but he's going to be having to make a solo play, and having to beat a couple players is difficult enough. Just got to get this ball to the right. Arsenal can't contain it. Magic Bear just punts it right back down, and that's again what Optic's doing. They just throw it straight up the pitch, and there's those demos that open up some of those extra scoring opportunities. And that really does seem to be the game plan. If you've got it stuck in your own half, bang the ball upfield. If it's at the midfield, try and keep it a little bit closer and see if you can actually make something happen. And it's really just keeping Space Station honest and preventing them from being overly aggressive by, you know, not always trying to trap the ball.
Right. And one of the benefits from playing that demo heavy style is that you've always got a player downfield waiting. Bang indeed. Reddles from the midfield, 3-0. Good 50-50 out of Magic Bear.
Yeah.
Pass into the midfield, and they're so close to each other, but not stepping on each other's toes.
It doesn't even look all that bad from Space Station, right? They're just challenging AJ off the ball on the side. Well, okay, it leaks out. Arsenal's playing close support.
There it is.
He will get one back off the kickoff, so it repeats back to the situation they were just in, only down 2, but man, what do you do? Is a minute 18 enough considering how these games have been going? Again, it's a very limited shot game for Space Station. Only 2 registered so far.
They're able to at least erase that previous goal quickly, but the only opportunity that has yielded results for Space Station Gaming has just been that kickoff. I mean, we haven't seen anything else generated out of these 3 players when we know they're so capable. Who's going to step up for Space Station?
Oh, and Magic Bear. Oh, my goodness gracious. LJ was so terrified of what he was going to go for, and he just kind of threw that ball off the wall. Says, I'll take a few seconds off the clock. We're up by 2. You guys got to make something happen, and there's that timing again. That's
just
probably the
stay
biggest thing I've loved out of Magic Bear this whole tournament. That timing on defense, so good.
I mean, Magic Bear as a player has just been a delight to watch grow. You remember him all the way back on the Torrent days, making waves. And starting things out. You know, not in the best fashion. This man has been around for quite some time, and he's dunking Space Station Gaming. Now, if you just put that in, surely we're making a highlight reel.
Yeah, you could give him his own ally assist of the day if he puts that one in.
Give him a whole segment at this point.
Well, either way, you're not kidding. Magic Bear found himself a solid roster here. 2 goals, a couple of shots on target. Got the job done here in Game 4, and now it's a commanding lead in the series for Optic Gaming. 5 minutes away, and it doesn't feel like Space Station's got anything in their favor.
5 minutes away. We're already on match point. This series has just flown by. And for Space Station Gaming, it's a frustrating game. Even just sitting here casting it, you can feel the frustration that's coming out of Space Station because they don't look like they're making, very obvious and oblivious mistakes on the defensive side. They're just up against a peaking Optic Gaming, and they will call out a timeout to at least have an extra 60 seconds to relax and hopefully cool off Optic Gaming, because at this point, it's all three of them who are playing out of their minds.
Trying to think, what would I do against that Optic strat? It really does feel like, okay, if it's on your half, just bang it up there. I guess that all starts with Optic always seems to have boost, right?
Right.
And so that's kind of someplace you may be able to start chipping away at that, because if they go for that long clear game, obviously the benefit is you have to be able to follow it up and kind of reset the possession, right? Because if you're just throwing it back at Space Station and then they just bring another attack, you're not really doing anything. So you have to find a way to equalize that pressure, and that all starts with being able to get up there and challenge the ball as soon as it's coming back the other way. So your Space Station, you could maybe try and make sure you're taking away a little bit more boost, but I don't know if that's really going to work. It just doesn't feel like there's enough possession, time of possession for Space Station to feel like they can go ahead and try and take that much space. It's a tough question to answer here.
I definitely think boost has got to be the main priority right now for Space Station Gaming. And it's not even the midfield boost or the opposition's corner boost, as we see Magic Bear getting hyped off of that solo play.
You should.
I really think it comes down to their own corners, because most of the time when I see Optic Gaming go for the extended rotation and they're trying to get demos, they will push all the way into Space Station Gaming's half and take their corner boost and then utilize that boost to just stay supersonic and get the demos. I think if Space Station Gaming can pull it back just a little bit and be a bit more conscious of their own corner boost, prioritize that versus just immediately getting out of your own half, maybe that'll relieve the demo pressure, seeing as Optic Gaming won't be able to go supersonic as they're rotating back. And that could be the answer, but at the end of the day, there's a reason why they picked up Sad Jr., not one of us, Chiefs.
Yeah. Hopefully they know what they're doing better than we do.
Yeah. I mean, right there, we just saw the corner boost get grabbed out of, I think AJ took it, and he's running back supersonic. He can get a demo. He doesn't find one this time, but he's hunting, and that is
the idea.
That's the idea right there. Take it away from him.
We'll see if Space Station able to at least control a little bit more. Meanwhile, you have to find ways to stop AJ from executing mechanically and forcing you into some bad spots, as Magic Bear is going to need a little help. Throws one off the corner, and that's a big win from Hoxer. Arsenal up fast to really squeeze this one, and unfortunately can't get it towards the net. Spikes it straight to the floor, but Space Station, and that was scary. You had to hold your breath a little bit if you were on Optic.
I mean, in Arsenal, he certainly could have gotten that angle. Unfortunately, got too high above the ball. There he is getting a demo. Reddle's alone. It's 2v1, but AJ rotating back gets a boomer.
They're going for boost
into the midfield.
Arsenal's driving around that boost side. He doesn't care about his corner. He cares about them and their corner. He's going to try and absolutely throw a wrench into this Optic defensive rotation. He's up the pace.
Oh, man.
Will it make a difference?
What a play from AJ. He just got bumped from Hoxer. He's forced to get a save. He still finds it. This is Space Station Gaming getting more and more aggressive. And you're right, that might be the answer. I mean, I was thinking to get more passive and try and control your own corner boost, but these guys look like they want to take the opposition's corner boost and get in their face a little bit more.
AJ will make sure to collect that briefly. It has cost him the ball, but they will stay at least stacked up on boost on defense. LJ trying to make something happen. Arsenal, he was having the right idea there. He just thought that challenge was going to work out. He knew it was going to be a really soft challenge.
Magic Bear
playing that really tight support to try and put the maximum amount of pressure on Optic, and unfortunately ball just went the other way, and now they miss a clear off the backboard, and they can't make the second opportunity at the save. Oh, devastating.
And it's routine out of Reddles. Hoxer has to get a touch in that situation. Obviously, Reddles banged it off the backboard, and with that much speed, You've got to find the touch after the bounce on the backboard, which makes it that much more difficult. At this level, yep, that's the test. You've got to find a touch, Chiefs.
You know you have to make that play. It's not easy, but that's where you make your money defensively, off those tough backboard clears like that.
Reynolds just took a corner boost, and now he gets a demo. There's all this midfield space. Chain dash from AJ. Still moving downfield.
Oh, nice pass. Over rotate from LJ, but he recovered so well, but can't keep the ball. So Hawks are doing the right idea here. Just slow the play down. Just let Space Station reset. This is still playable. I mean, it's only only 3 minutes into the game. You're only down 1, and Space Station actually definitely pressing hard here. They've been on this blue side a lot here in this game.
Right.
That's about all they could ask for.
And of all the teams to make a comeback and start out this, well, it's not a reverse sweep. I mean, it would be if it was a best of 5, but this 3-game win streak that Space Station Gaming have to get. These guys are resilient. The mental is certainly there, and remember Arsenal talking about it in the interview we got yesterday, that he believes in his teammates and he's got their back and they have his. And this might be an example of it. The shot slightly wide. Space Station Gaming continuing to press.
Arsenal keeping it in the mix, but Hoxer overcooks his approach, going at it a little too fast. Can't make the adjustment, and AJ, look at him just pop that ball again. Keep Space Station honest, straight down the middle, right towards the net. They throw it back up to him in the corner. LJ picks it off. Arsenal looking for a little bit of help. It goes the wrong way, and Hoxer really just trying to keep the play going. Can Space Station regain a strong enough foothold here? Out with a pinch clear like that. Oh my goodness.
They're just trying to waste time. They don't have too much boost. Magic Bear didn't get 50 in the midfield. No touch. 2 players are up now. One got the bump, and the other just let the ball float in.
And Optic went a little too far here. AJ was ready to go play support for wherever LJ put that ball, but he didn't think it was going to go straight back towards his own net. Optic getting a taste of their own medicine. Gotta stay honest yourselves.
I think that I don't even think Hawks or Arsenal were trying to go for the ball at all. It looked like both of them were headed for the mid-air bump.
Yeah.
And that's just
someone's going to hit
so
him.
Unfortunate. Yeah, you know somebody's going to make contact. And great initiatives from Space Station as their backs are against the wall. This is do or die for them. Match point for Optic Gaming. We're in the lower bracket. There's no extra lives. Space Station needed that.
And they get one more here. Nice little float from Hoxer to LJ. Look at him drop this one down, going for the back post, and AJ's able to control the ball, and it gets the pass back, and he somehow rotated all the way back. The range from Hoxer to go from assist to goalie, absolutely monstrous. They keep this one alive with 13 seconds heading into a potential overtime. Unless AJ can make something happen. It doesn't really square up the ball. Reddles a little bit late to it as well. Stole away the corner boost. However, Magic Bear, can you make something happen? Arsenal will clear the ball long, and overtime will happen.
Into OT we go. Golden goal for Optic Gaming. They're 1 goal away from making top 3 and facing off against Gen G. And it's a long journey out of Space Station Gaming, but like I mentioned, they are certainly the team to do it. And they have everything they need.
Tip. Hoxer look for LJ. Pass the ball. Don't do it yourself. Unfortunately, his teammate got demoed.
That's free. That's free.
What?
A defensive blunder. What is going on between the players on Optic Gaming? AJ not getting a good touch. Reddles is slow. And that just has to be a better clear from AJ. With everything that's going on, you've got to bang it at least to the corner.
Yeah. Reddles bumped in the midfield, so he couldn't rotate back. Actually got bumped by Arsenal. And then Magic Bear and AJ both trying to figure out how to clear that ball off the backboard. And you're right, came off soft. And Arsenal all over it, collected that one for free. And boy, if that wasn't a Space Station game, if you've never seen one, that was, we're going to get in your face in your corner. We're going to make you work for everything.
Yeah.
And their answer was, don't play passive. As Corelli said yesterday, best defense is a strong offense. And they went for it that game, and it paid off.
It did seem like Optic Gaming in the final 2 minutes were just trying to run down the clock. They didn't look to me as aggressive as I'd say every other game. Maybe they were just trying to hold it down until the end. Space Station
I'd be trying to hold it down if I had those three over me in that.
Oh, absolutely. It makes sense, but still, I mean, you just have to keep applying that pressure And Space Station Gaming were able to exploit it. And here we go. We've got ourselves a series. Optic Gaming looked like they were going to run away with it, but hello, Space Station.
It was just one small overreach, too. You know, it was just AJ thinking, yeah, I can go play support. Maybe this clear doesn't go straight towards the net. And he just has to range back at the same time as everybody else gets bumped off it. Space Station find the equalizer off of what very well could have, again, just been a Optic Gaming 1-goal lead.
And it's the first 2 minutes for Optic Gaming where they are the most lethal. When that scoreline is 0-0, you're going to see better solo plays, riskier rotations, more physicality from Reddles. So this is where Space Station Gaming need to hold things down. I think this first goal, I mean, I'm sure it goes without saying, but it's so important, especially for the team in orange.
Real nice job from LJ. Ooh, gets through a second man, but of course AJ will just keep that one tight. And Hoxer, he's just up. He's like, no. You're not going to start some crazy air dribble and beat two of my teammates and put us in a... Yeah, just stop.
You have got to do that if you're faced with the solo play capability out of Optic Gaming. Arsenal, nice little air dribble from the sidewall, keeping it to himself. I like this defensive approach from Space Station Gaming, just sending one player forward, hoping to get a better 50-50. Nobody's booming the ball downfield, and they're keeping better possession. Because of it, Hoxer over one, almost dunked the second one into a good position, but just went to the corner. And you've got to rotate back because that counterattack's coming in.
And AJ, he knew it was coming. He could see Arsenal gearing up to find that power clear off the wall. Doing an awkward ball into a dangerous area, and AJ able to run interferences. A lot of contact there on the backboard. Yeah. Reddle's the one to come down with it and actually avoids a demo from Arsenal. He just denies the boost. If he dies, he dies.
And he actually got that full corner boost, and he's hunting for Arsenal, who's also running into his own half. This is a chase game.
The hunter becomes the hunted.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Reynolds and his former teammate Arsenal having a bit of a mind game battle because they don't find a demo. LJ, can he do it by himself? Three players, he's got to weave through. Reynolds needs a touch here. Be careful for the counterattack because that's good 50-50.
Might score that. Ooh, so close. Arsenal, you really have no choice. This one's got to go to the corner, but Optic Gaming, you should be ready to swarm right here, and that's a nice little dish from Magic Bear back to Reynolds. Kind of lose a little bit of control on the ball, though, and now they're kind of just hoping they hang on to it.
Jay. All right, he's going to take that boost. Let's see what he does. He actually turns into the ball. And now he should be going for a 50-50, or excuse me, a demo, as the 50-50 comes out from Magic Bear. No dunk. Hello. Arsenal in a good spot, and that's aggression right there. I love to see that out of Space Station.
We were quite impressed with Arsenal, at least early on in one of their series yesterday. Yeah. His ability to get that ball moving across the field and find teammates, and see if that can get looked into as Magic Bear forces LJ into an awkward clear, and it's off the post. It goes in. I thought that was going to bounce out to safety, but they get a favorable skip, and they will score first again.
Oh, and Arsenal, he has to jump early, too, because there's a bump coming through. The shot is as picture perfect as you could ask for, off the post and in. Optic Gaming. We reached the same situation in the previous game. 2 minutes left. They hold the lead.
Oh, maybe two.
I just don't think they put it. They don't lift their foot off the gas. They certainly won't. 2-0. Reddles.
There he is.
Might just run away.
Why is that pressure in the corner? He just pushed LJ into the corner. He just opened up a passing lane, and AJ says, "Okay, I'll throw it there." And Reddles says, "Cool, I can get it." Just scores an open net.
Ridiculous stuff from Optic Gaming.
It's that amazing intuition that Reddles always seems to have.
Oh my.
Again, it's the timing on those demos, because you always wonder what possesses someone to go for a demo in that situation. It feels like there's no guarantee you keep the ball, but he just knows, man.
His Reddles' field awareness has to be some of the best in the game with how many times he goes for a demo. I mean, at what point do you start to understand, okay, this is how they're rotating, this is when and when I shouldn't go for a demo. You start to read the plays better, read the field better, and Reddles is absolutely proving why he is one of the best in the game at understanding the other team's position, when to go for demos, when to get aggressive. when to control
nasty
it.
bounce.
But with more physical plays out of Space Station Gaming, they are slowly inching their way back into this series.
Arsenal getting his own demo, and look at Hoxer just battle for the ball, and it paid off big time. It just stuck right there in the box, and Arsenal still in position after grabbing that demo in the corner boost. Gets them right back in this one. Only down 1, 60 seconds to play. There's another demo, but it took Arsenal out of the play and lets a long clear leak through.
This feels pretty similar to the last game. Only difference is Optic Gaming are up by 2 goals. They've got the security. And now 43 seconds remain. Space Station Gaming, can they do it again?
Ooh, awkward. AJ just really trying to test the defense and have them not allow a strong counterattack by forcing the defense to make some light touches. Arsenal's just headhunting, if he can, to just try and open up a passing lane in the midfield. Double tap to try and keep it close. And actually, AJ comes up empty. That might pay out well as LJ gets the ball, but I don't really know if this one's got enough teeth to it. Not done pressing. Floater into the middle. Actually, gets through everybody. Optic Gaming almost fumble the bag. Arsenal completely misses the ball. Hoxer has to play it in reverse.
It's popped up.
Complete misplay and floater to the floor. To the side. I don't think they can reach that one. It is indeed too far. Optic Gaming close it out in 6, 4-2. And boy, did they look good doing it.
Welcome to top 3, Optic Gaming. On the back of Reddles, the demos, the solo plays out of AJ, and the glue that was Magic Bear, taking down Space Station Gaming. That was such a fun series. Hands in the face for Arsenal, a frustrating game because you know they were right there. They could smell the victory it achieves.
It's going to be very frustrated he didn't come up with that touch towards the end of regulation there. And
he just went right under it.
Forced his teammates to kind of play a bit of an awkward ball, and what can you say? Overall, though, an excellent run from Space Station. They fall to Gen G, and unfortunately, despite getting through Furia, they fall to Optic Gaming and New Age Green Wall making a push. And unfortunately for them, their reward is playing against Gen G Mobile 1. So
I don't know.
The ramp only gets steeper and steeper.
I feel like I need to, send out a formal apology to Optic because I've been sleeping on them, to be honest with you. I've been seeing this roster, what they've been bringing to the scene. I've been impressed, but this was honestly on another level. Everybody got involved. Everybody had a role to play, and it was some fantastic work. But we've got even more Rocket League coming your way after this break.